Hey everyone, today we're going to be making this sick car edit in Blender. It's going to be made on a McLaren P1 and it's going to be in space, which is going to look really cool, especially with all the reflections of Earth and the moon and everything. Yeah, let's make that because, I don't know, I just thought of that idea. I think I saw a few other people making something like that before, but yeah, let's do that. Alright, so for this project we're going to need three main things at least. Number one, we're going to need our car. So for this one I've gone with the McLaren P1 because it's one of my most favorite cars. Like, you know, it just looks really sick. So yeah, that's what I chose for my, car model. And you can choose basically anything, it doesn't really matter. But I think it looks best in white because of the contrast of the space and, the car itself. But any color should work fine. Alright, number two, we need the Earth, which I just found this model online and it came with this cool node setup that wherever the sun is, is at, it'll turn dark. Here, let me just show it right there. Let's also turn this down. It shows this, like this little ring around here, and it shows the lights that are, over when it's dark. But yeah, this is a really cool model. And yeah, we got the Earth. Now we need the moon, which is basically, just a moon. It's a little texture of the moon on a sphere. That's pretty much it. But yeah, these three basic components should let us make the, the whole edit kind of thing. But yeah, let's first start off with getting an HDRI for this background. We need one with stars. So what I was thinking is that we could just make that procedurally, right? Let's go into our world tab. Let's use a Voronoi texture. That should, you put that into distance and we turn up the strength. Yeah. Now if we just give this a mapping texture, or even just, turn down the scale. Look at that, we got our stars. But stars aren't black and the space is white, so let's use a color ramp over here and we just invert these. And obviously we want the stars to be less visible. There we go. Look at that, we got our nice starry sky. Looks perfect. I think these maybe need to be a little less bright. Wait, we could actually just do that from the strength here. About there seems about right. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. Alright. And this works perfectly since it's a 3D Voronoi texture, so there's no overlap or anything, it's just gonna be there. Alright. So let's get back into our object shading and let's give ourselves, I think the Earth came with a light itself. There we go. Yep. All right, let's put this Earth somewhere in the background, like over there. And the moon, I think it's about relative to this. I think it needs to be just a little bigger. About there. I think that's about how big the moon is compared to the Earth. Put that back there. And obviously this is not really going to be to scale because, I don't want to do that. I don't think it'll look that good either. But yeah. So we got our Earth and we got our moon. Now we just need our car. Well, that is giant compared to the Earth, but if we just add, a camera with depth of field, it should work pretty fine. So let's position this to be somewhat like that. All right. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's go into here because this is going to take forever. Like about there. Or even into here. Like that. I think this needs to be more in the back. And just scale it up a little bit. Same for the moon. About there. Yep. Let's put that up over here, I'm assuming. It should be fine. Yep, that looks good. Alright, now we got our car. We got to get our camera as well. And for the camera, we're going to do a special sort of rig kind of setup. Alright, so we add our camera. Put this over here, alright? So our camera needs to have two things attached to it. One is an empty to control the position, right? So we take this, just parent it. So, this will be the camera controller. And we need another empty, and just for, helpful sake, set this to face project. Because we're not really going to be using too many absolute units in here. Or You know what I mean. Alright, so we got that over there. And let's just make sure this has a constraint with a track 2. And just set that to the empty. There we go. So now we got this thing will always be looking at wherever this is. And another thing we can do is, since we're adding our depth of field, we can just focus on this object. Right? I think that I selected that. Yeah, the empty 01. So now the depth of field will be tracked to whatever it's looking at. So if we just turn this on depth of field, put that here, and turn this down. Look at that. So this will just be on whatever it wants. Now it's tracked to there. Now it's here. We just, yeah, it doesn't really work through the camera, unfortunately. But if we do that, that looks nice. Oh, and let's set this to a vertical resolution because that looks much better for shorts and stuff. Or reels, if you're into that. But yeah, now that we got our camera here, let's move it back a little bit for the starting. I think somewhere here looks nice. Yeah, that looks cool. Alright, the Earth can go maybe right there, Moon can go up there. We just move that a little back. And let's go here. That looks really cool. That looks cool. Alright. But I don't like how only the sunlight is affecting the lighting on this. I think we should have some more, extra lighting. And I also want more of the, the city lights to be on this object. So if we rotate it maybe like that. Where's America? I'm pretty sure America has some of, yeah, like this. So get that. This is Africa. Right? Yeah. It's got that thing. Okay, let me go into here. Or am I just not at the right rotation? No, that was China. Okay. Guess I'm kind of dumb with that. Okay. Yes, someone like this. I want the West Coast should be good. And if we put the light going through maybe here. Maybe like that. And we put that going there. That looks cool. If we just do this, so we can only see, yeah, look at that. Alright, now let's add our just fill lights, or our 3-point lighting setup. We got our area light here, which provides that. Where is it? Is it just really low? Yeah, provides this sort of light. Obviously this has got to be back, what did I do? Oh, back there. And since this is kind of already rim-ish lighting, we can just use this as our main light source. Yeah, I guess we just gotta play with the lighting quite a bit. Or maybe if we add a rim light, it'll look better. Like an actual rim light, not just through the sunlight. Oh, yeah, that definitely helped it. Definitely helped that. Yeah, that looks nice. Perfect. Alright. Is the sun a different color? Or is it just because it's the sun? I think this white looks good. Oh, and I think these are a bit dull. The headlights. Let's just turn up the emission. What? Are they inside? Oh my god. Okay. I think these are the ones. Yep, there we go. Turn that up. Then unhide it. Or is it over here? No? Wait, let me just quickly check. These are the headlights, right? Oh, what did I do? Oh, there's still more, that's why. No, that is the one. Is it over here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted to turn up. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, there. That looks nicer. That, and I think the tail light should be a little brighter. There. And if we turn up the emission. Oh, that is too bright. Oh, what we can do, we can fake it, basically. let me show you what I mean. So if we just put this to our shader editor, go here. All right, we grab this, add a mix shader, put that there, get this over here, put that and plug it to the top. This to the bottom, turn the emission up really high. Right now we want it to look red, right? So if we put the emission to, let's say, a more believable amount, like that. Yeah, that seems good. And if we go to camera ray, so, oh, wrong one. So if we put this into a is camera ray, yeah, from the light path. There we go. It should, oh wait, I think we have to do that. Yeah, look at that. So it should give us the amount of lighting from here. So for example, we turn this to blue, see that? Gives the amount of lighting from this node, but gives the color from this node. But yeah, so that's a way you could kind of fake lighting without becoming white. But yeah, this looks nice. And I think there should be, oh wait. We'll do that later. Yeah, we'll do that later. First, let's get our animation in. So I want this edit to be the song, to be over the song Overdue by Metro Boomin and Travis Scott. So we're gonna put a little, so now we can just look at the waveform and listen to, you know, the song while it's playing. So if we just turn that up, there we go. Got a nice view of this. Let's save this as well. Alright, so let me just turn this down because it's probably gonna be really loud. Alright, we got that. And we just want it to end before the first, you know, bass drop, like before this part. Oh, wait. Let's just bring that up. Before this. So, I guess if we just end it about there, 771. So we go 771. It should loop perfectly. Nope, that's not perfect. Let's... Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so since if you run this in cycles, the audio will not match up because, you know, it's running at like, oh, if we had some animation. So for example, let's just, so as you can see, cycles is struggling. It's at like 20 frames per second. And the music is not following it, basically. That's a big problem that happens many times. So let's just put this back to where it was. There we go. What we can do is go to playback and then you see the sync. Just turn this to sync to audio or frame dropping, either one. So the audio will sync with each frame instead of, you know, you having to go back a little bit every time. I'm not sure, I never try sync to audio. I'm assuming it just skips the frame or something. Yeah. Yeah, it'll instead, I guess, skip the frames inside, but no, we wanted to get the audio to sync to the frame. Alright, so for now, I'm just gonna turn this off because I don't want to listen to it that much because it gets annoying after a little while listening to the same thing. Oh, but we do need to add our markers, so I'll just turn that back on. No, scrubbing won't really help. Alright, so the song in the beginning has a few parts where it makes sense for it to flip. For example, like right here, if you play it, see that? Over here. And at the end of the beginning, so like right here, it's got this little segment. Like, that's perfect for doing something there, which maybe we can make the camera go like this at everything, but we'll see what happens. For now, let's get our markers in. So we got one right here, I think. All right, I set up all of our markers over here. We start at 98, 197, 289 and whatnot, and at these frames we're gonna have something different happen. It's like, so at 98 you have like that, like for example 40, like that. And obviously this last part I've shown you already. But yeah, let's start, I guess. So frame 0. Let's get our, oh, this is right here still. Let's put this to normal. Alright. I guess let's go in with like a little simple pan maybe. So if we go here to about, where'd it go? There. We can also bring this closer since we don't really need this as much. Put that down. Yeah, somewhere about there should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, right here, let's put it to maybe like that. Oh, and let's make sure to make this all linear because it'll look nicer, just trust. So we got that. Yeah. Alright, next shot, let's go maybe of... Let's go with this headlight. Oh wait, this is not in the right place. Oh, interesting. Alright, but whatever. We have to move it anyways. So we put that there. And all we have to do is bring that over here. Alright, since I want some more interest in the background, let's just move the moon, you know, in the back. Like, I think it's over there. Move it up, maybe? What? Where is it? Is it behind the car? Ah, there it is. Yeah, that should add some more, you know, visual interest in the background, so it's not just completely black. And I think the f-stop is too low here. So if we just increase it a tad bit. Yep, it's like 0.9. There we go. Alright, let's go to our next marker. Right there. And just move that. Maybe this way. Yeah, let's see that. Good. Alright, so basically this is the method. That's all you really have to do. Just pick a, you know, point of interest and move the camera a little bit and, you know, change the f-stop or add the earth in the background or something. And you've got your edit, basically. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll show you what we're going to do at the end. Alright, I've done the animation, and it didn't take too long, honestly. Like I said, you just pick a point of interest, and you just pan over it a little bit. So, here's what I got. First is the car, then it's of this, you know, the headlight. Then it's of this, little vent on the side. I think it's a vent. Don't quote me on that, I'm not a car guy. And then we got this. This, I know, is a vent. It goes to the engine. I think... yeah, don't quote me on this, I don't really know. One is of here, and it's looking over the earth, over like this, and it has a little reflection on here, hopefully, in the end product. But yeah, then we got it of this. Oh, what I was gonna do here is I was gonna add a little light. So just a little point light. Put it to like orange or something, and just turn that up. So, if we put that up a little bit, like that. Actually, it should be an area light. Just put that up. Alright, so now this thing can go here and can go here. And if we just link these together, we can just turn this down, since that is insanely bright, to like that. Should be about fine. And we have some lighting over here. I think it needs to go down a bit more. So if we put this underneath, maybe. Yeah, I think that works much better as well. Maybe if we scale them up. There. Alright, yeah, there we got that. Got that covered. But yeah, then we got it of this exhaust. And we got this one shot of the earth. So what is it's gonna be in the final product It's gonna be the Earth is just shining through this window. Obviously, that's not how, real reflections work, but we could probably do something in like Da Vinci or something like that. Alright, so this thing over here, it ramps up just a tad bit if you want to see the curve. It ramps up a tad bit at the end because over here we're gonna have some fast motion, so hopefully it should, smoothen it out a bit. Alright, so the reason we have this over here parented is because we can do this and do that, right? And if we do this, just put that there, right there. Oh my god. Here, let's just do this. And we bring this other object. No, not this one. This one? Yeah. Now if we rotate this, it'll always be looking towards here. Like that. So that's what we want. We can put this into a location that we want to, rotate around. Say, let's just do the tire. Tire will look nice. Yeah, like that. And we put that here. And in fact, to help us, just so we don't accidentally select the other one, let's just turn this to a sphere and turn that down a bit. There. And we can just move this a bit closer. I think about there should work. Is this one better or is the other side better? I think the other side is better. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, so since we are going this direction for the last one, let's do that the same with this. So we rotate that over here. And we get this rotation. Oh, let's just make sure we keyframe these. And let's just make sure these ones are here as well. Perfect. Alright. If we go... Oh, wait. The keyframe's supposed to be there, but that's fine. Put this here. Do that. There we go. What? Yeah. Alright, good. If we keyframe this, go here, now rotate on the X, Y, Z. Oh, can we not? Will it not let us rotate at all? No, that's not good. So, you know what? Let's just rotate the car instead. I think that'll be the best option. You just rotate this like that. There we go. Make sure these are all keyframed. Oh, wait. Do that. Not like that. I'll put that over here. There we go. And the sun is way too powerful, so let's rotate it to, say, like this. Maybe if it's coming from... There we go. I like that shine. Alright, so if we keyframe this, and obviously bring that over here as well. There. Okay, so this just needs to rotate forward and backward. So we get the middle of this, which is about here. If we rotate it like that, and we bring this back. So I think that's way too fast, and it's linear, so if we just put the middle interpolation to this Bezier, and these two can just be vectors. There we go. Yep. I don't think this one's right. Why are they only like half? Let me try one more time. Just put this two aligned, and interpolated in a Bezier. Oh, it's because this is linear as well. So if we put this to Bez, there we go. Yep. Alright. Oh, is it not in the middle? So like here? Just need to be rotated even more, like that. Let me go back to our waveform. Right here. How about we just... No, I don't want to mess with those. I think that works. We just need to, do the rest. So if we take this and this, let's do the Let's do these. Since we did make them brighter before, and that looks really cool. Let's do that. Alright, make sure these are keyframe. Oh, we'll just move that closer. And obviously keyframe them. Same with this. There. What? Oh. Let's do that as well. And now, since it's going backwards this way, we gotta make it go that way as well. So let's just rotate this to be about there. Same back here. And just so we don't forget next time, let's just do this here as well. Right? Yep. And let's see where this seems about to be the spike. If we move that like that. Okay. You know what? I don't think we need cycles right now. Just put this to whatever this is. There. So, now if we run through this. Oh, that looks pretty cool. And hopefully these need to be vectors as well, right? Vector handle type. Oh, that looks clean. Yeah, that looks clean. Alright. So now let's bring these. I think we'll do this headlight again, but this side. And for the last one, I think I want... Oh, it does not have a McLaren logo? Well, we'll just make it ourselves. Alright. I think the McLaren thing looks like a little birdie sphere thing. So if we just add 2 circles, that should work. There we go, looks cool. Alright, now we just need to make our last one. So we bring this here, make sure they're keyframed at this frame, and onto this. Keyframe that. This needs to be from here to there this time, right? Yeah, from here. Put that back there. Whoa, did not mean to do that. And right about there, just rotate that, put that there. Oh, and this needs to come in way closer. So if we keyframe this, do this. Huh, why is this one much faster? Something wrong with the curves? Okay, maybe it just rotates too far. So if we do this, since I think this has the least amount of space out of all of them. There we go. Oh, wait, we gotta parent this to the car. There we go. So now we just grab... I think something's wrong with this. This needs to be vector. I'm not sure if I did that. Yeah, that's why. This back to no, not automatic. Aligned. Nope. I think it was like right there. That's why it's looking weird. That works. We basically got all of our animation, right? This looks really cool. Oh. So, why is this thing all the way here? Oh, is it because it's slowly moving away? Alright, let's look at this one last time before, you know, our final render. Yeah, I like that. That looks really cool. That looks perfect, actually. Alright, now all we need to do is render it. And which I have a confession to make. This is technically not my first time making this project. I made the video before I thought of the idea of making the video, so this was just like a recreation, I guess. Alright, so my actual file is this one. So things might look a little different, but most of the stuff here is the same. So lighting might look a little off. Some other things. Oh, main thing is that this one is at 60 frames per second. And the render took like I think 26 hours or something to complete the whole thing, because it had like 1,000 frames or something crazy like that. Yeah, 1,500 frames, which was absolutely insane. But we got our final image sequence here. So yeah, like I said, 1,546 frames, which is crazy. Like I said, took like 27 hours or something like that to render. But yeah, it's finally done. Everything's okay. Everything is basic. All the animation is the same. Just a few little details are off. I think the lighting I didn't correct in the tutorial one, but that's the render, the actual thing. So now we need to put the image sequence together, put the music on, and that one part that I was telling you about the Earth looking through the windshield, that we gotta fix that here in DaVinci as well. So if we pull up our project, and we can show you how I did that. Alright, so for our first timeline, I just put all the frames together, and it was insanely slow. So I rendered that out and got just a no music version. So in the second timeline, I put in the music. A few of these frames in the center were kind of janky, so I just, duplicated the end frame of both of them, and, I did that. But yeah, some of the frames are a little weird here. As you can see, the noise threshold wasn't set low enough because I wanted to actually render, and let me just turn that down, because I wanted to actually render in time. Like I said, even with this, it took 27 hours, and I was getting impatient, so I just turned that down. But yeah, like I showed you, basically everything is about the same. Just some of the lighting looks a little different, like that. And here is our thing. So, what I did with this is I rendered an image just of the Earth. Literally just one still of this. And I put it as, I masked out the windshield in the, this tab, the one after the fusion. We put this mask, and the tracking didn't work since it was quite dark, so I just individually masked it out after every few keyframes, and I think it turned out pretty well. Some spots like down here are not good, and this lighting technically doesn't line up with what it was before. Before it was just literally, I think I showed you over here. It looked like this. So the lighting was on the bottom, and the dark part was on the top. But over here, I wanted the lighting to be on the top and the dark on the bottom. But I think it turned out pretty well, and it's pretty unnoticeable, if you can see here. But yeah, and we got our going back and forth thing. So that's basically it. It's pretty quick and easy to make something like this, because most of what you're doing is just picking out a spot you like on the car and just panning over it. And if you have some special part in your song, like in Overdue, this part, you can do something special or cool. But yeah, that's basically the end of the tutorial, Nothing too crazy about this one, but I think the final product looked really nice, and especially over the song, because most of my stuff are just still images, and nothing over any music or anything. So I think this is like a first for me, and I think it turned out pretty nice. But yeah, tell me if you guys liked it, didn't like it, know how to do it better probably, or know how to render faster, because this took way too long, and Blender crashed a few times as well. So half overnight it might have crashed, and I lost all, and I'm glad that I rendered it out in frames, or else I would have lost basically everything. But yeah, that's the end of this one. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and watch the full video. I upload it as a short, so it's more, you know, easier to, I guess, look at, and it technically loops. The audio technically loops. So, you know, tell me what you think about that. And I hope you guys have a nice day. See ya.